welcome to part 2 of this video, and I'm talking about Zimbabwe. I'm trying to explain why Zimbabwe is broke, why the government of Zimbabwe doesn't have any money in its reserves today. And by all means and standards, Zimbabwe is a country that shouldn't be broke. Zimbabwe has the largest reserves of platinum in the world. Zimbabwe has the second largest reserves of gold in the world. Zimbabwe in 2006, I think, discovered the largest diamond ever found in a sanctuary in Marange fields. So they have gold, they have diamond, and they have platinum. So it shouldn't be poor by all means. But what happens? This guy happens, Mr. Robert Mugabe, who was the president between 1980 to 2017, 37 years in power. And what did he do? He stole, and he stole very well from the government. He stole from the people of Zimbabwe, basically, because these resources are supposed to be used to ensure that there's development within Zimbabwe. But what happened? He was stealing, him and his wife and government officials stealing the money and putting it in their pockets. There is a report that says that these guys, they were actually accused by some, I think, government. It should have been the government, the Canadian government, who came up and said that Mr. Mugabe has stolen $2 billion. 2 billion from the Marange mines, the diamond mines, and awarded it to himself and his officials. That is Mr. Mugabe for you. Not only that, his wife, Grace Mugabe, was also very good in stealing. She is in fact reported at once to have led a trade where she was trading in, she was trading illegally diamonds and gold and ivory, sending it out of the country for sale and getting all the money to put in her pocket. And they were so greedy. As we speak, I think Grace Mugabe, she has her wealth stands at £1 billion, and all this is wealth that is not in Zimbabwe. She went and invested out of the country. Is it a wonder when some countries are laughing at us, when we're laughing at us Africans? Because this is foolishness. To get money from your people, you go and invest outside the country. How do you expect your people to benefit? That is benefiting the countries that you're investing in. It's just foolishness, you know? So Grace Mugabe and Robert Mugabe, they really stole and plundered Zimbabwe. Their children were living very lavishly. You will see, I'm going to show you pictures of how they were living lavishly and throwing it on everyone's face. Grace Mugabe is reported at one point to have gone to Paris and spent 75,000 euros on one shopping spree, buying luxuries. She's reported to have bought 3,000 pairs of designer shoes for herself. At this time, when she was spending, in fact, when she was spending the 75,000, that time the people of Zimbabwe were in extreme poverty and people were dying of hunger. And she was spending the money. That shows that you don't even have an interest for the people when you go and spend this kind of money and feel nothing. This is reported that when she traveled, because she used to travel to Paris to shop, she never used to shop anywhere in Zimbabwe. She would shop in Paris, she would shop in Bangkok, and I think she would shop in London. These big places she would go and shop. She would spend 10,000 euros in a hotel. That's where she would, per night, not for her whole trip, per night she would spend 10,000. Meanwhile, the people are languishing in poverty. That is Mrs. She's said to have had an addiction. It is put as an addiction, that she had an addiction towards buying designer and expensive shoes, and she once justified her taste for expensive and designer shoes by saying that she has narrow feet, so that's why she can only buy designer shoes. The only narrow feet in the world. Anyway, so these guys stole. They stole very well. Mr. Mugabe was not able to be removed from power, because what happened is he was awarding the military, his friends in the military, to ensure that the military does not stage a coup against him. So he used to award his friends, and that's what happens. And the good thing that happened, though, and although African leaders are angry, is that the European Union froze the accounts of Mr. Mugabe and his friends and his wife. Thank you. You people are angry about that the European Union is interfering in African affairs. Very good. Let them interfere, because if this is the kind of behavior that our leaders have, yes, freeze all the accounts. Let them not access it, because this is just a plunder of people's hard work and sweat. Anyway, I'm going to come back. Part 3 of this video, I'm going to explain more of how Zimbabwe ended up losing its glory.